Hello everyone, welcome to the Campfire. I'm today joined by my magnificent co-host, Ben.
Hello.
And the most magnificent of all streamers with the most magnificent of beards, Aedificate. Say hello.
Hi.
That's actually brilliant, that's perfect. I couldn't have done it any better myself. That's absolutely perfect intro. Good job.
What can I say? I'm good at everything I try to do.
You're our new favorite guest.
I love you. Like, I absolutely love you.
We've been talking to this guy for like, what, an hour now? And his personality is really interesting.
I think it's 2 hours.
And the things we talked about prior to the podcast is also very interesting.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't mention it just for the safety of this video's PG rating.
To be fair, none of this is gonna be PG. That is already established from, well, what we talked about before this podcast.
It's okay, guys. I got the couch for a reason.
So, speaking of the couch, you mentioned something about the traumatic experience with the couch on Twitter.
Yeah, okay, so I stream on Twitch, and it's something I've been doing for like a year. And in my room, I love the couch that I'm sitting on right now. And for a prank, I decided to walk behind the couch and like hide there and cry because someone called me short, which is like the most popular joke on my channel. And as I was getting up from that, I like you know when you grab a couch, you like swing your legs to jump over something.
Yeah.
I tried to do that for my couch. What I forgot to acknowledge is that this couch is made from smooth leather. So both my hands slipped and I just descended I just dropped and my nuts smashed against the top of the couch. And for like a solid 20 seconds on stream, I was just screaming out in pain, saying my balls. While my entire chat pepeg at me.
You know what? I'll drink to that. I can in fact drink to that.
Take a shot every single time he hurts himself.
Oh shit, you're gonna have a lot of content there.
So guys, tell me about when you've hurt yourself. I'm joking.
I smashed into a wall once.
Yeah, I've smashed into walls many times, especially when I was at school. Like the amount of times I'd just be looking down at my phone and just hit my head on the door or something.
How tall are you?
No, not like hit my head as in like hit the door frame. I meant like hit like a closed door or a wall.
Okay, I got scared for a second. I thought you were gonna be tall then.
How tall are you?
5'7".
You are short. You are in fact short. Oh, I can in fact for that.
They found out. I'm short. I'm super short. I'm. That's why the joke on my stream is that I'm short. Well, I'm not that short, but like you know, we obviously hype it up on the stream because.
Yeah, I'm 6'1", boys.
Cool.
Whew. Okay. Wow. I'm a bit flush right now.
Ladies, if you're interested, I'm here.
My name's Ben. I'm 17. I'm over 6 foot, by the way, so if I don't get any ladies crawling into my DMs, like the Black Ops zombies, then I'm gonna be very sad.
Alright,
I mean, to be absolutely fair, you already do sound sad. Bit late for that.
Yeah, Dylan, look what you've just gotten yourself into.
I'm sorry, that just came out so out of nowhere. That was so great. It was, you already sounds.
You right there?
I can't breathe. Oh my god, that's great. This podcast
has in fact descended into hell way faster than I thought.
I've got the voice of someone who's just been rejected like 6 times. It's like I was just like the victim of one of those roasts on r/Tinder.
r/Tinder, is that a real thing?
Yes.
Do you guys?
Most of it is just, I don't even know, to be honest. I've never checked it, but I know it's a real thing. It's like those people who are like, yeah, you're gonna be hit with my pee-pee or a knife, and then they're like, oh, I prefer the knife because I'd actually feel it. You know, those kind of roasts. I definitely stole that off one of the posts, so. I'm a level 10 joke stealer.
My pee-pee or a knife. Well, I feel the knife more. Right.
So, dearest Aedificate, you're a absolutely successful YouTuber and streamer.
Yes?
So, how did you do it?
Alright, okay, so, well, first, maybe a bit of a history. I started on Roblox in 2007, so I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to Roblox. I've been playing it my whole life.
I'm older than you! I feel attacked!
You're boomer. And so I was playing on and off till like 2011, and then my account got banned, so I made a new one, which is the one I have right now.
Why? What did you do?
I was a stupid kid, and I probably called someone fat in the game, to be honest. I think that's what happened.
That's perfect.
I just said you're fat and ugly, and this is why no one wants to be with you. Something like that, because I was playing a role-playing game, and I got really mad because they didn't respond to my 1, 2, 3, 4 boyfriend. So, that was the era when boyfriend was censored on Roblox. If you don't remember that era, you're not a true Robloxian. That era was the shit, man. When you could, like, say boyfriend and girlfriend, wife and husband. Damn, that was a life changer right there.
You know, I remember when you could actually uwu.
That was like a year ago, man.
That was a golden era.
Mine was like going on Roblox and finding out why I couldn't chat normally, like how I could only use the safe chat. So someone would be like, "Hey Ben, what are you doing?" And I'd just be like, "Juice, just use the quick chat."
The epic duck is coming.
It's like oh Kirby dance oh.
Yeah, I remember them as well. That was all good. Hello, you know, friend.
So after I got banned and made my new account, I started building in 2015 because I saw Temple of Memories by Crikey, which I guess you could say is he's probably my first inspiration, followed quickly by Build-A-Boy or You Found Sam. And in
And I'm your second inspiration, right?
You're making me laugh, stop.
I do in fact think that's a positive.
I'm very giggly! I'm very giggly! You're a very funny man.
You know, you say you're giggly, so very much
You're
like
a very funny man.
Jigglypuff. Giggly jiggly. You know, good joke, yes? No?
You are very
yo no
funny.
comprendes. So, in 2015, I started developing, and in 2016 is when I was officially accepted in the dev form after 2 unsuccessful tries. From... Hey! Woo!
Just coming down as you've just been accepting an Oscar, like, I am a proud member of the developer forums.
Let me get a badge, I'm a proud member of the dev forums now. Alright, fuck off. Anyways... in 2018 around is when I started messing around more with the concept of streaming, and in June of 2018 was probably my first stream where I did like a basic like 3-minute like horrible webcam microphone stream to exactly 0 people, which was great. In 2019, January 1st, 2019 was my first stream that I did, like, that I actually did anything. It was my first over an hour stream, and on top of that, Real King Bob, who back then was someone I worked for previously, shouted out my channel to his Discord that had like 5,000 people back then, and I just had instant like 100 viewers, and that's when I realized I really enjoyed streaming, and my goal was to become a streamer. So that's when I started streaming, and I kept it up for a year. And I guess that I just started growing. I can't say that I did it by myself. King Bob shoutout really helped. Jack Reese helped along the way, both by giving me shoutouts and just being there to guide me when I needed help.
He might also be coming on this podcast in the upcoming times.
No, he's gonna rival me.
Yeah, I'm a fast boy. I act fast. I DM everyone.
I'm gonna tell him to go on the podcast because it's worth it. Me and Jack Reese are pretty good friends, I'd say now. We talk often. We both obviously support each other. There's a bit of a running joke where we're like enemies or something like that. In my mind anyways, I try to make it. I don't know if people notice the joke or not. Obviously, truth be said, we're both friends. We both respect each other. The hell, like I respect Jack Reese. His charity events are amazing. Animations are great. He's like, if people watching right now haven't checked out his streams or his YouTube channel, just go do that. Twitch.tv/JackReese or YouTube.c.jackreese. It's so worth it.
Yes, also follow Molegul on Twitter. Yeah, at Molegul.
Molegul on Twitter, guys. Yeah, Jack Reese is I'd say my inspiration for live streaming Roblox per se would be Jackery's, because he's just so good. I mean, that's kind of what I want to get to, his level of like being good.
You know, to prepare for this podcast, I and Ben, we kind of went over your channel and videos and everything. We basically stalked you. It's actually, you do a lot of things. I was actually surprised to see you playing Beat Saber. That was actually interesting, doing all kinds of things such as Roblox and then a Beat Saber out of nowhere.
That was about a month ago, right? Something like that. It was a while back. I don't think it was the other day.
We were looking at your socials so much that your IP is being traced right now, as we are speaking.
I noticed that you do all kinds of things, and you're really successful with streaming, obviously, so why also go to YouTube?
Okay, so I watch this guy once in a while. His name is Harris Heller, who gives a lot of tips when it comes to like growing your own audience and all that. And one of his tips he was always giving out is start a YouTube channel. And he is right. YouTube has a lot more discoverability than Twitch. Twitch, you're probably never going to be found. And even when you're rated by people, those people, the chances of them coming back are extremely slim. Which isn't to downplay an importance of getting rated. It's just to say that it's not the tool you want to grow. So I've always had it in my mind, like, yeah, I should do YouTube, and I've never done it until a few weeks ago when I was like, I'm friends with all these YouTubers, I have access to people who can legitimately help me out when I need it. Why am I not taking advantage of this right now? I have everything I need to do it, so why am I not doing it? So I decided to do it.
Yeah, that's how this podcast started. That's how this started.
Yeah, if you have everything you need to do something, or even if you don't, but you want to do it and you have a goal, why not do it? What's gonna stop you from doing it? I don't know. For me, it just makes sense. If you have a goal and you want to do it, why not try it out? You're probably gonna get a lot further than if you...
Yeah, I agree completely with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're homeless, just get a house.
If you're homeless, just get a house. What's the worst that can happen? You get sent to jail? Well, there you go.
Got bricks right there. Build it right now. Then
Hey,
you won't be homeless.
If you steal a house, get arrested? Well, there. You go to jail, free food and
Free food.
Exactly.
If you live in Sweden or Switzerland or Norway, just any Scandinavian country, you've got it better.
I'm moving over.
To Scandinavian countries. Get paid to go to school. Imagine.
Yeah, it's absolutely fun.
Get paid
Imagine
to go
just
to
getting a paycheck from school and just like, we don't get that.
Hey, you got an A+ in math today. Here's an extra $50.
Like in our schools, we just have like kids just pushing each other into puddles. Like we don't get paid for it. Would be funny though.
All right, okay. Your school's a bit more aggressive. In my school, we have people who are just there to learn. It's really friendly in colleges in Canada. It's a very nice atmosphere, especially in English ones. I went to a French one for like a semester. Not worth it. People are mean to each other. People just don't want to speak. It has like a cold sort of like aura compared to like an English college. And I know it sounds weird, but I swear I mean it. In the English college, everyone's a lot more friendly. The colors in the school just feel nicer, and all around the aura is just a lot nicer. I've always preferred English crowds over French crowds.
My school doesn't have a bad reputation just because I said there's this kid who pushed another one in the puddle. It's actually pretty chill, or it was. I'm not in school anymore. But there was a bunch of occasions where it was just like, there was just these kids just doing something really stupid. But other than that, that was like only like every other Wednesday. Like, other than that, it's just been pretty alright.
Wednesday, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah, just a Wednesday comes and you found the kids just on the floor in the toilet, maybe.
Alright, your school was a lot more eventful than mine is.
I mean, we've literally had women fighting over each other because they lost their Snapchat streak, so I don't think it could be that worse.
You got to be shitting me. Is that a true story?
Yes, it was in science class. There was these two girls arguing and having a fight because they lost their 200-day Snapchat streak.
It's not even a lot. Dude, I had like
and they were just there like, no, not my friend anymore. And then you just had everyone just looking at them like, how pathetic. Like,
how pathetic. You're not only making yourself look stupid, you're making everyone who's related to you look stupid. Pathetic. Weak.
that has the same energy as Ninja's tweet, I feel the energy. I feel it.
I have a Snapchat. I have streaks for people, but if I lose it, I won't get overly pissy about it. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not the kind of person who's like, if someone sends me a snap saying like S, I won't be like, be more eventful with your streaks. Like, I wouldn't care. Like, I just do the same thing. Like,
what I don't understand is why people send streaks like multiple times a day. If it just needs to be one day, why are you spamming me with S's with like random pictures of what you're doing that day?
I do 1 S or 2 S's a day just because I have really bad memory. I mean, I don't. I do have pretty decent memory. It's just the fact that I'm just get anxious. Like, what if I didn't send my streaks? Like, you know what I mean?
Streaks were... I lost a like almost 700-day streak once. It was pretty great. My friend, she's a mom now, by the way. We had a streak for like almost 700 days, and after that,
I love how that was just glanced over. Oh, you know, sending everything. Oh, you know, this, and then, oh yeah, no, my friend is a mom. I feel like, what?
Well, she is a mom now. I personally struggle still to understand that because I've known her since she was like 15. So for me now that she's like 19,
like people progressing with their life is so weird to me, especially if they're real life friends. Like knowing them since they were like, I don't know, like 13 and 14. Next thing I know, on their Snapchat or Facebook, whoever still uses that or whatever, it's just like, you've got a car now. You're married. What? Like, when the hell did this happen? Like,
I know, right?
My friend just recently married. And I was kind of shocked for a moment. It's like, wait.
You just forget that marrying exists.
You're married. Oh boy. Am I that old? Oh, I feel old now.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're getting old, guys. Soon we're not gonna have any time left on.
We're gonna be the boomers later.
I still love how all of you are talking about being old, and then I am the oldest person in this chat.
How old are you, Molegul? How old?
Just recently turned 21.
Boomer. Sorry, a little cough.
Yeah, we're all gonna be boomers in like 30 years. It's just gonna be like
we're gonna be the boomers in 30
hoverboards.
years.
Like
those
in my day, we had iPads.
Back in my days, we had yeah, iPads. That's the best I can come up with.
In my day, we had an iMac that looked like a cheese grater.
Dude, that cheese grater design, I don't know. What the heck, man? Yeah, losing 700-day streak. She wasn't even that mad, and I wasn't that mad about it. I just, the reason why I didn't do it is because I completely forgot and spent an entire day binge watching Markiplier videos. And at the end of the day, I just thought to myself, wait, did I do streaks today? I'll check it tomorrow. Maybe they'll be fine by tomorrow. They were not fine by tomorrow, and I lost the 700-day streak.
Just don't see the number anymore. So, oh no, I've spent too much time on the podcast.
Oh god, this podcast is already going. I need to check my phone now.
Yeah, this is not going to be difficult. Breathing into the mic, ASMR. Let's go, boys.
Which like, hey Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Dylan, and you could be like, oh, I'm back.
You were making a skit. I thought my mic cut out. I just went, what?
Dylan, are you there? We're losing him.
I was so confused. What the hell just happened?
I was just going
like I was building up for a joke, and then Ben just started screaming Dylan, and it's like, wait,
what did I miss?
Going on? A heart attack in the middle of the podcast.
That did not sound okay. That sounded more like an orgasm.
I don't know what kind of orgasms you have, Molegul, but oh my goodness, I'm worried for your health.
What we've been talking about earlier, and you should cut this out as well.
Please cut this out. He's not gonna cut it out, is he?
I'm not going to cut this out.
Twitch.tv/Aedificate. Alright, if he's not gonna cut it out, you know, might as well. Free promo, guys. Free promo. It's free promo.
I just can't wait until we get a guest who says the N-word. Gonna be honest.
Why are you planning to have a guest say the N-word? It's just like on the to-do list. Says the N-word.
Oh, damn it! I shouldn't have done my PewDiePie then.
Hey PewDiePie, will you come on our podcast?
Oh my goodness! Someone retweeted a picture of Greek God X, but he looks really handsome, and I'm kind of feeling flustered right now.
Okay, you need to understand what my timeline on Twitter looks like. It's the most cursed timeline on the planet. Yes.
This
Yeah,
is us
that's-
checking Twitter now.
Oh,
this.
yikes. Yeah, please delete that from the chat.
Oh, and Twitter just crashed.
Oh,
Wait,
I
okay,
I just downloaded
This-
the
this-
image.
This.
it's
that
later.
Molegul, how old is that girl?
Okay, I have no idea.
Mo, you're 21. That's illegal.
And Fortnite. There is always Fortnite. Doesn't matter how many
Oh,
people are
good,
muted
that's
or
what
blocked.
Fortnite
There's
Rule
always
34
Fortnite
for
on
a
my
second, I
timeline.
would have got scared. Mo, stop getting horny in the podcast.
Yeah, please. I know it's late for you, and like late night is boy time, but like not now, please.
We're done with the boys. And if it's the boys, then you do it with the boys.
What is this
Not-
podcast going on? This is my first time being invited to a podcast. I hope that the next one is gonna be a bit more controlled.
This isn't what we always talk about, don't worry.
Good.
We've never talked about this.
I'm.
You bring out the best in us. You bring out the best in us, Dylan. Absolute best.
I don't think this would qualify as the best.
This is not the best. This is no
Ow!
way another heart.
Oh, I fucked up. I was cracking my knuckles, and I put extra pressure on the middle finger, and it just went a bit too far. Oh, it's still working though. Okay, we're fine.
I can now make clickbait. Aedificate brings his finger.
Gone wrong. Gone sexual.
20.
18 plus.
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, fire emoji, let's go boys.
Flushed emoji. Volcano emoji.
Exactly.
100, 100, 100. This dude is asking me if I can retweet his tweet.
Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
I'm not doing it.
Depends what the tweet is.
No, it's a tweet about his Discord server.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Yeah, no, you don't want to be promoting that. Promote
That's a good
mine
stretch.
instead.
Guys, twitter.com/Ben, whatever his username is.
I followed you like 5 minutes ago and you forgot.
I don't know what your username is. Let me check. It's DVOB. Someone messaged me. Hey dude, you coming to podcast? Wait, am I not with the right podcast here? I joined the wrong... This is the wrong one.
I'm sorry, but you entered the neighborhood spelling contest.
Alright, let me spell troglodyte for you. Trogly... Wait, no, wait. Troglodyte. I did not spell that right. Troglodyte. Troglodyte.
It's time to evict.
Alright, bye guys.
It's now time to execute Order 69 to end Dylan.
Order 69, I do not like.
That is our record. That is the record now.
Yoda! Younglings Yoda-like. Consume them, I must.
I love you. You're my soulmate. I'm going to marry you now. This is a proposition now. This is now a marriage.
I already have a girlfriend, dude. You're gonna have to find someone else.
You whore! I thought you loved me!
This is something like
$1,000 in donos!
this is like a love pentagram now. We have me, my girlfriend, Molegul, his girlfriend, Ben, and whoever he's sexting tonight.
I do regret informing you, but this is not a Christian podcast anymore.
I think we went past this bound like when me and Ben first started voice chatting and I sent him all that stuff. I'm sorry, Ben.
We should have saved that for the podcast, to be honest.
I do not apologize. I do not apologize, actually.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Why do I have sweat on my armpits? What the frick? Oh, it's because I put the heater in my room and I was like, oh, it's so hot in here.
We need to
I can't, I'm too busy. Sorry.
This is great, guys. I came here to be interviewed and I'm being made fun of
No,
instead.
this is an absolutely controlled interview. Absolutely professional. Now tell me.
I feel very
asked to see this
professional right
question.
now.
How's the weather?
I'm looking outside. Give me a second. Very cloudy and very snowy right now.
It's not To be fair, snow is something I've not seen in like. Let's try and make this podcast a bit more serious now, children. I'm the youngest here, but yeah. All right. So in seriousness, for weather, I haven't seen snow in literal years. Like, my area is so bad when it comes to snowing. Like, it snowed like last year, but like when it came to this year, it's like no snows in sight. It's just flooding.
That sounds like an awful replacement. I'd rather have snow than flooding. I'll give you that. You win most miserable. You win the most miserable winter event.
I live in England. What do you expect?
Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. He's British boy. He's a British boy.
Follow me. I have a good accent.
Hello guys. I am British man myself. Please give me crumpets and tea.
I was not born in Netherlands, I swear.
That sounded like a Russian trying to be a British. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was.
Papa, you told me this was Fortnite convention.
No.
Why is this Roblox podcast?
Roblox is not Fortnite.
You said one thing incorrectly. You added Roblox on this podcast. This is not a Roblox podcast. This is the Campfire podcast. Boom!
Papa, you told me this was professional podcast. This is podcasting.
In absolute seriousness for the 5th time. How was it?
That's what I said 5 minutes ago, and now look where we ended up.
How was it? How was it starting out as a streamer? What were your experiences with starting out? The hardships, the most difficult times.
Yeah. Alright, so I think
What are you laughing at now?
it's not. I think it's the way I just said yeah, because I didn't know what else to say. Alright, so when I first started out, as you know, I got a shout out from King Bob, and for like about a month he kept shouting me out. So my viewers are always in like the high 40s, 50s on average, and that was like on average, not on the highs. As soon as he stopped, they dropped down to 15 to 20 on average. And that is where I've been saying for probably most of the time now. Though these past few days, I've been going up to like 30s to 40s average without any shoutouts. But it takes a toll on your mental health to see like... Because you start, after a while, like... When you're a streamer, especially when you're a streamer, I don't know how real this is for YouTube yet. I'll talk about that a bit later because I do have experience now. But especially for Twitch, you start seeing those numbers as your value. And since you can see them in live, like they don't go up like the longer your video is out. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down, or sometimes they stay down. And since you start like, and it's something you shouldn't do, and I suggest anyone who's gonna start streaming, first thing you need to sort out is that those numbers don't define how good you are, because you're the product being sold on Twitch. You are the product. People are watching you. So when you see those numbers go down, you start feeling like, well, maybe I'm not worth it. Like maybe they think that I'm not good enough, and you start associating yourself with those numbers. And when they go up, you're feeling great and you're just having an amazing time. And you're like, wow, this is amazing. I'm so good. I'm so good. People like me and I'm worth it. And then when your numbers go down, it does the complete opposite, where you crash. And you, like, I've had streams where I've had averages of under 15, which like I stayed in bed after that for a couple of hours, and I genuinely did not. Yeah, it was pretty bad, where I genuinely could not bring myself to do anything, because I was just like, everything I do is gonna fail. Why should I try? So that was probably the biggest hardship, and I think I'm almost over it now. It's pretty easy to get over it now because I've practiced for so long. Although it is one of the biggest hardships I've had with.
I think I can actually comment on this, because I started out with both. Look, technically, I started doing YouTube, then at some point I started streaming. So I kind of have experience with both platforms, and it's kind of the same with YouTube. Like, these platforms like YouTube and Twitch, and Twitter to an extent, but not many care about Twitter numbers that much. But for like platforms on YouTube, you, like YouTube and Twitch, you actually work hard on the content you create. So when you see those numbers not being what you expect them to be, it still exhausts you and demotivate you. And especially on YouTube, when I worked on a video for about 3 weeks. I wrote the script, I did the voice, I had my editor, Swedish J / buffering. We worked really hard on it. And once it was released, the views, the numbers for it were not as good as I expected it to get. Like, it still got a lot of kind of good views, I suppose. And I didn't expect it to get 1 million views or anything, but those numbers are never going to really meet the expectations per se. You're always going to expect a little bit higher. So when it doesn't, it kind of hits you. It makes you feel like your content's not worth it. Like, you didn't do a good job. Like, no one's going to care about the content. So why bother? It kind of starts making you feel like it's kind of all worthless in a way. And Twitch is kind of similar, because when I first started streaming, I had like 0 people or 1. After the time, it started growing, but at the time, in the start, it was quite demotivating. It felt like there's no way in hell it will actually get anywhere. Overcoming all of that is quite difficult. And it's not like we only care about numbers per se. It's just that, like, we publish this content, and if it doesn't get acknowledged, it feels like the content is bad in a way. It's kind of really twisted logic that YouTube and Twitch create in a person. It's and YouTube, when your video doesn't do good, YouTube will message you, they will email you, basically saying your video sucks. It's just, if you open it up, it just has like these weird numbers everywhere, like it performed less. Oh no.
It's better than just getting like a letter in the mail. It's just like, your views have been declining. You should just retire now. Like,
no, that's basically what they do. They send it to your Gmail, basically telling you that your video sucks, and then they have like tips and guides at the bottom of how you could possibly improve it. It's like, are you telling me, come on, what's bad? Mommy, it just makes me feel like asking for mommy. It's soul crushing.
Mom, I don't like this place. Pick me up.
Especially with Twitch and YouTube. Especially the thing especially is oversaturated. Like, there's so many creators. There is so much content. So many personalities. How the hell are you going to stand out? I mean, you can always fake your girlfriend stuff.
I don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's a totally valid option. But anyway, yeah. Although you're absolutely right that on Twitch and on YouTube, standing out is probably going to be the hardest thing you can do. That being said, something I've seen people do that I've never liked, and I've always seen it happen, is people saying like, I'm not going to put a lot of effort in my first video so that later on when I start growing, I'm gonna put the effort in then, so I don't waste my time. And I've seen people do that.
Okay, I'm sorry, but on YouTube and Twitch, the same premise remains. Like, if you make 10 videos, let's say, and one of them blows up, doesn't matter if it's Twitch or YouTube. If the one video blows up, people are going to see the first video, and then they're going to look through your content. Your first video, your second video, third video. Maybe not the first video, but they're going to watch your other content. And if it's all absolute crap, why should they subscribe?
Exactly, like you said. If you're, I don't think they're gonna go watch the first video, but they're probably gonna watch like the most recent ones. And if those ones just have the lowest quality effort, and then the one they watched was like mediocre somewhat, then they're gonna have a lot less of an incentive to subscribe. But even on top of that, the fact that if your channel does blow up, if you're putting minimal effort, when you're gonna have to put the effort in, you're gonna have a lot of a harder time to actually start doing that. Which is why I've started putting a lot of time. I used to I used to take less than an hour to edit a 10-minute video, which is practically nothing in the editing world now. These days I put in 3 hours to edit a 10-minute video, but they're well edited, and even though some of them underperform, and yeah, you feel like shit, I still feel good about myself, because I'm like, well, okay, Let's try to make the thumbnail a bit better next time. Let's try to see if I can make the editing maybe a bit better. You know, and since YouTube gives you all your analytics, you can see where you went wrong. So when I check my video stuff, for me, I know the video itself is not the problem because my watch time is extremely high. For me, it's high because it's around 3 to 4 minutes on an average 10-minute video. So I think that's pretty good. That being said, I know that my thumbnails and my titles are what I need to work on. So that's why I'm going to put more effort now. I'm going to keep the same level of effort I put into my videos, while my thumbnails and titles will need some more effort. And like I said, I have access to YouTubers that's their job, that they've been doing this for the longest time. I'm friends with, like, well, I'm not going to name drop them because I feel like that would be a bit of a flex and I don't want to get into that. So I'm, you know, and they're really willing to help me to like whenever I post a thumbnail, they're like, hey, I think you could do this and this, and it's probably gonna look a lot better. And I try it out, and if it does, then yeah, that's awesome. Sometimes they give me titles, and a lot of the time they're like asking me if I can collab with them because this is really not to my own horn, but I do decent voice acting, and they need me in videos sometimes for that. So it's about, like, people recognize when you put in the effort, and even though it may take a while, when those people recognize you, the people that you need to help yourself grow, they're going to be a lot more willing to help you and ask you to be part of what they're doing as well. And then it starts growing each other. So if you don't put in the effort and you just wait for something amazing to happen, most likely what is going to happen is that you might have one video get decent views, and then because your other videos have don't have that much effort put in, you're probably not going to grow. So it is my firm opinion that if you put in the effort, and it's not work hard mindlessly, it's work hard and work smart. So work hard where it needs to be worked hard. Yeah, that's
I can absolutely agree with that, because especially how YouTube creators get views. Like, I can't comment on Twitch too much, but specifically YouTube, I can say that if you upload like 3 videos, if one of your videos blow up, then people are going to watch your video blow up, and then your other videos, like I said before, they're going to go over your older videos. They're going to go from your recent video to your older videos. That's how most YouTubers get their views. That's how videos grow in general. That's why YouTubers generally blog their older videos, their prior videos, because that's how it works. From one video they go to the other videos if they like the channel's content. So if you have 100 videos and only one of them is good, what's the point?
Exactly.
Just say I'm not really experienced with the YouTube or Twitch thing. I haven't really tried recording videos or streaming. It seems like a nice thing to do. It's just not really my thing. But that's the same with me. Like, because I'm like a viewer, I'm not like a content creator on YouTube. Like, if I find a video that I like or find funny, I would look at their channel, see if there's anything else, like binge watch. And if it's just like no effort at all, I'd be like, well, this is shit, and just leave. And I'd be kind of sad and kind of disappointed as well, because it's not like the same. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would essentially be a one-trick pony. Like, no one would care.
It would be that. Yeah, I can relate to what you just said, Ben, where, like, you watch a really good video and you're like, wow, that was really good. I wonder if they have other content like that on the channel. And, like, every other video is either subpar or something completely different that I don't care about. It's
the same. It's the same
done
with,
that.
like, if your channel's, like, lucky enough to, like, blow up in, like, one video, and you look up and that's, like, the only video there, that's kind of worth subscribing for. But again, if the next video they upload is
complete dog trash, or like a thank you for this many views, and it's like, okay. I've never been a
No, sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Okay, I'm gonna do it quick. I've never been a big fan of, like, thank you, like, oh, well, actually, no, I'm a fan. I don't mind people saying thank you for subscribers. What I don't mind, and this goes a bit off from YouTube, more like toward Twitter, but people who, when their tweets get a lot of likes, they start saying thank you and then immediately start plugging stuff or start, like, you know, patting themselves on the back. And I guess you could say that for YouTube. If, like, your video blows up to 1 million views, then the next video you do is just you talking about how, like, oh, my video blew up, blah, blah, blah. Now, again, I'm not gonna name drop. There's been people who've done that before. It's, the people who subscribe to see more content like you just did, all they see is you basically bragging and, like, oh guys, look how many views this got, and people are just like, well, when are you gonna make something else then? So, sorry, go ahead, Ben. Yeah, go, Ben.
It's like people on Reddit who get like gold or silver and like, oh, thank you for the gold, kind stranger, and like it's kind of bragging how they like achieved getting like bronze, and it's like saying like, oh my god, 600 upvotes, or oh, it's like it's like the same as Twitter comments as well. Like if someone like VSCO girl just uploads a Visco girl, however you say it, just uploads a video of like a meme and it gets like 10k like upvotes. You always have their friend in the comments like, oh, remember me if you're famous. Like that's my pet peeve.
But
that is.
I'm sorry, but that's what you told me when my Twitter started blowing up. You said, "Remember me."
Oh, Ben, we caught you.
Those specific words.
That's not being a hypocrite.
We caught you, Ben. No, Ben is being a hypocrite.
You would be proud of him. I'm not saying that because one tweet he posted was a meme that got 20k retweets. But I never put remember me if you're famous, cry emoji, scholar.
No, he didn't. I suppose he didn't do that, but more of a joking comment, but still. I feel like if I got 50k subscribers, I would probably make a video, probably blowing everyone, like pandering the absolute everyone, because like I would be happy.
No, subscribers is fine, but I mean like view-wise. I've seen people.
Yeah, I can understand if you make like a video that blows up, and then you make a next video, and then at the beginning of the video, like, this video blew up, it's amazing, got so many views, I'm absolutely surprised, and then you can, and then you continue with the video, and you mention just the beginning of passing comment.
That's perfect. That actually makes me feel good. Like the guy went out of his way to make a new video that I want to see, and on top of that, he's thanking me in it. Great. I don't want to see just a video you thanking and basically sucking your own dick for 5 minutes about how you blew up. That's the kind of thing. Maybe I have bad experiences with that. I've been disappointed by channels that have done that before. Maybe it's my personal experience. It could 100% be that.
I can kind of understand where you're coming from, and I even do agree. But I feel like it depends on the situation and scenario specifically. Like, if you're just someone on Twitter who gets like 6,000 likes, and the entire different next posts are, oh my god, 6,000 likes, oh my god, 6,000 tweets, and then the next tweet is about the same, and then it's plugging your own stuff in the tweet that blew up, and just so on and so forth. It's just kind of...
When you guys were talking about that, you reminded me of my old Roblox development days, because I had a place ages ago where was just like, I was developing, and even though the visits were probably just me and my friends testing, I was still really stoked that I got the staggering number of 50 place visits, and I bragged about it in the title, like, OMG guys, 50 place visits.
To be honest, that is also debatable.
Super relatable. I genuinely relate to that, Ben.
I feel like that's something everyone can understand. Like, if you make 50 shirts and people bought 30, you'll be proud. Like, holy crap. Same things with anything. If you meet this place, if you created this game, for example, and you actually start getting visits.
I had a phase where I made a really stupid t-shirt and it got a lot of sales, and a model as well.
That's the thing. That is understandable, because a lot more like understandable than one of your tweets blowing up and then you continuously flexing about it. Like, at some point it's gonna get annoying. And you know what? The one thing that really annoys me is when people actually ask on Twitter, are you active? And if no one likes it, then it's like, oh, my Twitter is dead. It's kind of annoying. I can understand an active tweet low-key, but...
I'm tweeting that right now.
I made a model on, you know, when the sun rays bloom effect and everything came out on Studio.
Classic. I remember when that came out. I was so excited.
when the sun rays and bloom effects and like the color correction tints and everything came out, I made a model of it just as like a template that I can refer to, and I actually made it on set. And then next thing I know, like when I checked the model, a fuck ton of people bought it. I really want to make a script knowing how many people bought it, because every single time I look at my sales as I'm doing right now, like literally 3/4 of them are just like that model. And even though it's literally just inserting a sun rays effect and a bloom effect.
So I'm gonna tweet, like if you were active on my Twitter, ignore if you are fat.
Good way to exploit your fans. I'm joking.
I'm actually gonna delete it. I'm not sending that. That's too. Nah, that's not my stuff.
Send it.
I'm
Or
not.
you're not getting your minimum wage.
I'm not being paid to be here.
We settled on 3.
4.
We're counting in Japanese yen, so I'm happy either way.
500. Which is.
If you're haggling, you
Yens?
do it for free.
Okay, don't give me 0.5 yens. That's just not gonna be worth that weight it's gonna be.
Half a penny. That's
Okay,
not even that. It's
okay.
like a shoot.
We are a total negotiator. It's difficult. So I think for you, I'm going to make it 0.
Okay, fine. I'll take that. I'll take it.
That's how
You
you do
just
business.
step on like a button, just like how much are you worth? Nothing.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Now I can put entrepreneur to my Twitter bio.
His name is
Confused.
Um,
Start paying people to come onto the podcast.
Aedificate got paid. Maybe you will too.
Yeah, $0, that's a steal. Absolutely.
Yeah. Discussion.
This whole podcast is a shit post.
To be fair, shit posts to blow up, so I'm expecting some absolute mad views.
At least we're not serious, nor are we. We're not serious, nor are we serious. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, let me rethink it.
Okay, as you do that, I'm going to ask him some
ask
questions.
the question while I rephrase this.
If someone was to start doing YouTube or Twitch, what would you recommend? Advice, tips, some life hacks?
Alright, first thing I would tell them to do is get a good software to start streaming on. I started out with Streamlabs, which while not bad, I would honestly suggest not to use it because it's too like all-in-one, which is very, very hard for your PC to run compared to Stream Elements, which is what I use now. And on top of that, it's too easy. Sometimes you gotta put a bit of effort into it, and learning how to use Stream Elements and how everything works there is something that I enjoy doing because now I've learned how to insert my own overlays. I've learned how to record things separately. I've learned how to record things all at the same time. It's a lot of learning. Although that being said, if you have a beefy computer, you want a one-stop shop for everything, Streamlabs would be the best to start off for software. For equipment, I'd say depending on your... Sorry, I just hit my mic and my poster keeps falling. I'd say depending on your financial situation, you could set yourself a small like streaming budget, let's say, or YouTube budget, whatever you want to start off with. And in that budget, you buy what you need. For example, if your budget is $200, go out and buy a microphone if you don't have one already. If you don't have a microphone yet, get a blue snowball. It's kind of like a Blue Yeti, but worse. But with a bit of tweaking and filtering, you could probably make it sound decent. And get a webcam. I genuinely think that you should get a webcam when you start streaming on YouTube. You are the brand. Not having people being able to see you. I can't speak. People not being able to see you is an extra step for you to have to overcome. Because on top of that, you're not just a new random person. You're a new random person they cannot see. And if on top of that you don't have a microphone and they can't hear you,
you might well just become lo-fi hip-hop.
You're gonna have to learn. You at that point, the lo-fi hip-hop girl has more character than you do. So...
And Apple has more character than you.
Or you can. I feel like this kind of depends. Like, you can have a brand if you use an avatar.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people who have a brand with no camera, or some even with no microphone. That being said, it is an extra step for you to overcome, and that is a pretty big fucking step to overcome.
My
So-
brand is silent gameplay. Let me be.
So if you want to do that, that is entirely up to you. I'm just saying, if you don't mind having people know your face and your voice, it's gonna be. I think it would be a bit of an easier way. Now again, I don't have any proof of this. This is my words. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not an expert here. I'm just giving my opinion.
Even if your webcam was like mine,
30 FPS, 144. Yep.
yeah,
Do it.
would you prefer it over no face cam at all?
I think I would actually, yeah. But even then, you could buy a cheap 30 frame 1080p webcam like I have over there. $30. And that's US. If Canadian, it's like what, 45 Canadian, something like that. Super cheap.
Pound, that's like 25 quid.
Well, there you go. It's super cheap and it's not that bad. And then lighting. Your camera will never look good unless you have good lighting. You could have like the camera I have right now, which is like what, $600 total with the lens. But if I didn't have these two lights right now pointing at me, it would look like utter garbage, which is why you need to get lighting. So equipment wise, $30 to $40 webcam, a $50 mic, and then the rest of your budget, buy some lights. RGB floodlights do super great. Add some paper towel on top of those to diffuse the light. I don't have those anymore, but like they're in the background now. But like it's super cheap. With $200 you could get a decent setup if you already have a PC. Assuming you already have a PC.
I don't know if you. I might as well not say that actually. But if
What?
you could estimate how much your setup costs,
You can ask me that. That's okay. I'm not too uncomfortable.
how much would you say your setup is?
I'm gonna take a quick second to think about it, just because there's a lot of stuff. Do I include my VR set? Because I do stream VR one sometimes.
I meant not like the VR headset, just like the lights, your camera.
Okay, so the general setup, so like lights, camera, microphone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So my lights were $200, so we put that. Camera $600, so we're at $800. Microphone and stand is also $200. So I guess in total, I did not count this properly.
About
It's like
$1,000.
$1,000 just for my peripherals, which is camera, lighting, microphone. If we go into the technical stuff, which it comes to PC and the dual monitors and like the keyboards and headphones, it goes well over $3,000 total. Then if you add the VR,
My PC was 2K.
now my PC is around 2,000 as well at the moment.
I bought this PC when I had mine and I wasn't poor.
Damn, son. I built it myself because buying pre-made PCs is for noobs.
I put it and then I put some parts in, and now I actually have to switch one part out at some point.
You gotta make sure that you don't make a mistake. My brother studied computer building for like almost a year by then, and he asked me like, "Hey, have you ever wanted to make a new computer?" I was like, "Yeah, I do." Then like he said, well, he was pretty confident because he built his own computer, so he offered to help me with mine. So that's what we did.
I got a bit lucky there. See, my father is really into PCs, or more like has worked with PCs for most of the time I've known him as a kind of side job. He has been fixing them, building them, customizing, doing it as a kind of hobby. And I spend a lot of time with my father at some point, learning how to do those things. What piece goes where, how to know if this piece is compatible with that PC, and so on and so forth. So I did get some, I did get some experience from that. And I kind of do owe a lot of what I know today to my father. And it's kind of funny because my father and mother separated when I was like 4. So when I started seeing him again for the first time and so on, and visiting him when I got around 7, I think I was, he kind of in a way made up for the lost time. So when I did visit him, he did everything. Not everything, but he did almost everything he could possibly do with me. He taught me about PCs. He taught me how to ride a bike. He taught me how to ride a car. He spent a copious amount of time with me.
Yeah, That's the same with me. Like my dad was a big influence on like the things I like and that, because he did show me like computers and video games and that, and he was like a big influence to my personality or just anything today. My mum taught me things like, my mum mainly just taught me like manners and how not to be like a dickhead, and my dad taught me like.
My mom just basically told me to wear protection with a condom and then come back for lunch and
you'll need
die. That's awesome.
No, you won't.
My mom is awesome. To be honest, me and my mom has a, let's say, a pretty shaky relationship until I became around 16, 18-ish. So that's when our relationship started low-key changing and getting better. And especially now that I moved out, our friendship has gotten even better. So I consider her to be kind of like a really good friend, like a best friend at this point in a way. So growing up and moving out of your parents' place, that helps with making a relationship with your parents better.
So while we're on the topic of people who we know and people who we are close to, this is going to be slightly irrelevant, but do you guys have any relationship advice? Let's spice things up a bit. If you had any relationship advice, what would it be?
Ben needs this.
My best advice is don't stick your thinking crazy.
What?
What?
That is good relationship advice. It's not that complicated.
Alright, Ben, how old are you? 17 again, right? Okay, so, I'm sorry, Molegul, I'll have to interrupt you on
Tell
there.
things like 18-year-olds that I cannot listen to.
Don't worry, he's legal.
Oh, sorry, I'll have to deafen for this adult content.
Yeah.
Wait. Alright, Ben? An important thing in a relationship is communication, obviously. If you guys aren't speaking, if you guys aren't on the same wavelengths, it's never gonna work. If you can get into a relationship just purely for physical, that's fine, but make sure that it's clear for both you guys that you guys are only together for the physical. If you want a real, like, deep relationship, you gotta be on the same wavelength. One night at a club, being drunk and getting along does not mean you guys are on the same wavelength. Going on a proper, like, actual date is probably the best thing you can do for a relationship.
Keep in mind that don't mix crush with love. Like, when you have a crush, it's an intense emotion. You blush, you get butterflies and something, all of those intense feelings. That's like the peak of passion and everything. But after a few months, it kind of evolves into love, or it doesn't. And that's when most of those emotions become less intense, and the kind of like passion to level kind of increases, it becomes more subtle. It's kind of where you want to spend your time with this person, where you want to kiss this person, wake up next to the person, etc, etc.
I've got
deeper.
really good relationship advice, and this used to make me cringe, because this is something that I did, and I've gotten over it now. It's kind of a joke. But to anyone watching this, if you need the relationship advice, let me tell you something that I fucked up on when I was younger. So this was in the beginning. I think I told you this story before, Mol.
Also, never did a got so dangerous. One tried to kill me.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, Molegul.
This began at the beginning of secondary school. This was probably about year 7 or year 8, which is probably about 8th grade or 9th grade. I don't really know how it works over there. And there was this girl who I knew since primary school, and me and her like got along well. And when it got to like year 8, she started like walking home with me. And being the socially awkward kid I didn't get the hint. I didn't get the hint that she was on to me. And the day she asked me out, like she asked it suddenly, that my mind just went through like, it's like if you put like, just spam your keyboard onto like a text box. That's what my mind was going through, just a lot of random things at once. And like she asked me out, and the first thing I said, I barely even thought about it, was just maybe. And that was it. I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. She asked me out and I said maybe. You should have seen the look on her face.
Oh no, Ben!
And
congratulations, Ben!
Yeah, I win the award for how to fuck up with human interaction.
You win.
Thankfully, she
Uh,
didn't take it personally. I'm guessing she did understand because we were still friends after that. We still talked a lot. It just got a bit more awkward from there.
Ben, man, dude, come on.
And that's just
Maybe.
Shake
Maybe.
my head.
maybe. Yeah, I tell that a lot, and a lot of people make fun of me for it. And
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They should make fun of you.
it was one of those things, like in year 10, it was just one of those things that I just look back on at a 3 a.m. thought, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ, why, Ben? Ben, why did you do this?
Those are the top 10 thoughts you think of when you're laying down in your bed looking at the ceiling at 3 a.m.
If I was able to turn back time for that one day, I would go back then and just say yes. I don't even care how that would have how the relationship would have panned out. I just wish I would have said anything but maybe.
Maybe it would have happened.
Like, and then no, even worse. Some kid asked her out like a week after that, and she said yes. So
Oh,
I
Ben, you got cucked hard there, Ben.
I didn't only get cucked; I also proved myself to be an idiot.
Well, you got cucked and became an idiot.
But this was back in year 8. This was when everyone's balls was dropping. This was when everyone was going through puberty. Of course, everyone's mind or how they thought about relationships wasn't fully developed yet. So that's my defense.
You ain't coming back from that.
I actually know this card a girl years ago. There's this one girl who I ended up kind of hanging out with. Absolutely coincidental. We started hanging, like taking walks out of school together, walking home, and etc. And over time, I started growing a crush on her. Like most of my life, I had no friends really. Especially in my childhood, I was bullied and so on and so forth around until the age of around 16 or so. And this girl, she was caring, loving and everything. And after a while, I grew a crush on her. And the saddest part and the absolutely traumatic part is that I never told her. I never told her how I felt about her. And a few years ago, or so, 3 years ago or so, I found out she had a crush on me as well. So if I had told her that I had a crush on her, maybe we would have started dating. Like, we had a lot of things that we kind of did together, and I could have seen it working. But you know, mistakes. But like, and now in recent years she got married, so it's a tragic tale. It's kind of a bittersweet moment. Like, I have a girlfriend, girlfriend now who I do love absolutely, but there's still those moments, kind of nostalgic moments where you're like, what if?
It's a what if moment. Like, what if this had been different? I get that.
It's one of those moments at 3 a.m. and you just stare out of your window listening to Linkin Park and you just think about your life. I remember when I actually got dumped the first time. It was raining, I was riding away in a bicycle and it was literally cliche. And as I was driving in the rain, I ended up falling into a ditch. So, that's a soap opera for y'all. Like, relationships, they can easily screw you over, but they're quite worth it.
I haven't planned on being in a relationship for a while because I feel there's more important thing. But at least just be glad you never said maybe, because the face, her face when I said it.
What is worse? What is worse? Never telling the girl you wanted to be with that you had feelings for her, or maybe
Saying maybe, because you're not the only one who gets you.
I'm gonna think about it, and I gotta go down on this one. Where saying maybe to a girl that has a crush on you is just soul crushing because it gives her a bit of hope, but at the same time, she knows that hope is fake. So it's like,
So you make it sound so dramatic.
it is dramatic.
Are you Shakespeare? Or do you moonlight as Shakespeare?
I may have said it a bit wrong. I may have said that like a bit too dramatically. Like by maybe, I mean like I didn't obviously mean it in like a blunt way. It was more of like a maybe I need to think about this and just never said anything back.
Oh, I thought you just said maybe in a really deadpan voice.
I pretty much did just say maybe. I'm pretty sure I just said sorry. Maybe I need time to think.
That's a bit better. That's a bit better. The maybe's still pretty tough, but if you said I would need time to think about it, that would have been a lot better. The maybe completely killed the relationship for you. Now, if you want to hear a funny thing in a relationship that happened to me,
killed nearly by a nail gun?
I've almost gotten arrested because of relationship.
Okay, what happened there?
Alright, what happened?
I kid you not. I kid you not. Alright, let me get into this. So, it
One of
was...
those self-proclaimed nice guys?
Oh, no, I was not.
Good.
So I had a friend, and her name, I'm not even gonna name drop her, because again, name dropping. And I kind of found her cute, but it wasn't like anything serious. I didn't have a crush on her or anything. It was just like, she's kind of cute. And...
Is this going to be one of those stories where...
We were the same age. We were both the same age. Thank you. So one day she was in the hall and she was wearing one of those like kind of loose shirts and she was bending over and a couple of guys walked over and you know they were staring pretty hard. It was pretty obvious. So I just nudged her and I was like, hey, they can see you. And you know, I just thought I was trying to I was being nice. She was my friend. A bunch of guys were staring her down. I just wanted her to know that hey, we can kind of see everything. And she reported me to the principal saying I was sexually harassing her because of that one comment. Because I warned her about it. And at first, I thought it was a misunderstanding, so I wanted to be nice about it. I'm just like, I DM'd her. I was like, hey, can we talk about this? Like, I don't want you, like, you know, I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. Like, can we, you know, like, can we get to an understanding or something? She didn't answer me at first. I came back the next day at school, because, like, that happened towards the end of the day. I come back the next day, and there's a police station in the front. I'm just like, why is that there? And I wasn't thinking about what happened, okay? So I go to my first class, and I get called down to class, and the entire time that girl's staring at me. So I was really confused. I go to the principal's office, and there's a cop there. There's a cop, there's the principal, there's the vice principal. And they're saying that this girl, made a bunch of accusations against me. And I want to preface it, but they were all made up, and they were proven made up after, so you guys will think I'm a horrible person. But she had made up all these allegations about me, and she had gotten one of her friends to help her say that she did. So she had an alibi, quote unquote. So I was like, they were talking about how she's wanting to take me to court, and then since my alibis, which I had genuine alibis, weren't trustworthy because they were my friends, which I think is still the dumbest thing ever. I genuinely thought I was going to jail, and I was like, she accused me of like attacking her in the hallway, calling her like a bitch slut and a slutty liar, and a lot of sluts. She liked that word a lot apparently. And she kept, and I kid you not, until that incident, I didn't even know slut was a word, because I was a pretty innocent guy back then. So I just told the cop, I'm like, I don't even know what that word means.
That's kind of like,
it was
bad though.
It was awful. I felt like shit. Half the school hated me, and half my friends left because they thought I was a genuine awful person. And it's something that triggers me to this day when I see false accusation like that, because I can relate to like being falsely accused, and it's something that you hate because like to an extent you can't like
defend yourself.
You can't defend yourself, and at the same time, you don't want to do anything that in the future would make an actual person who's been a victim of that look bad. So we couldn't like when they found it was false, they couldn't punish her in any way because like it kind of it's a whole dilemma. Like if you punish her for that, what happens if someone says the truth and then it's proven fake, quote unquote, and then she gets punished? It's a whole loop. But what I didn't like is that they took me out of like so many classes that I was with her. They made me move my locker. They made me sit down in the detention room for entire days because they couldn't have me near her for like a whole week while they were trying to sort this thing out. And when they finally found out that it was all false, because apparently she's super bad at faking DMs. That's the first thing they got tipped off of. When she found out, okay, the other reason why they found out it was fake, because she's not very smart. She literally DM'd me that I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble because she's gonna have more proof the next morning, and I shared that DM to the cops, and like, you know, I showed this. Anyways, once she found out that she was fake, they didn't suspend her like I expected her to, because like, you're gonna suspend a student for that, right? Making cops come over for nothing and all that. She didn't get suspended.
No, you don't just get suspended. You can actually get fined for it, because it is wasting police time technically. So I think that depends.
Well, none of that happened. She didn't get any punishments. I think the worst that happened was this public backlash in the school, but even then it was kept to a minimal because most people still thought I was a creep after that. So I spent 2 years trying to fix my reputation at my school because of that girl. She did leave the school after a year and a half though, because there was some people who were genuinely giving her backlash for that. So that's the story of how me trying to be a good friend ended up with me almost getting arrested.
Good ending. At least
it was
we're not calling you from a prison bone.
very true. Though something that ticked me off one day, and that actually like really triggered me, and I mean trigger as in like I felt like shit for the rest of the day, is I was talking with this girl that I was a bit fond of, and she said, "You know what, Dylan, you're actually a really nice guy. I always thought you were kind of a creep because of that thing that happened 2 years ago." And that crushed me because it made me feel like, if this person thinks that, how many more people think that I'm that because of what happened? And I don't know. I still get emotional when I talk about it. Like, I'm not feeling good right now because I talked about it. It's something that I've always hated.
I can understand hating that. That is an absolutely crap thing to happen to anyone. I'm absolutely sorry to hear all of that. Like, genuinely sorry. I can't even imagine how possibly hurtful that all could have been.
On the positive side, most people from my school are extremely nice people. My own best friend, Carly, who I went through like a whole...
Oh, I Carly!
I don't mind. We were best friends back in high school. Now we're not as close as we used to be. Although, during that 1 year, like a year after that happened, I was in heavy depression and all that, and she came, and she's like the friendliest person I know. Like, she would be friendly to like a ladybug. A lady. She's friendly to literally everything.
I mean, ladybugs are kind of adorable.
They smell bad.
I've never smelled that. How do you even... What?
If you've ever crushed one, it smells like...
Why would you crush a ladybug?
I thought it was a spider!
Why? What?
Alright, we're getting off topic here. What I was gonna say is, it was super nice, and like I said, most people at school were super nice. And Carly, like, helped me get through a lot of that. And I'm not saying she's the reason why I got through, because that's ultimately on me. But it was nice to know that it was someone, I had a friend that was willing to support me. So it wasn't all bad. It was just a really shitty experience mixed in with all the beautiful, amazing stuff that happened in high school. But yeah, I'm staying away from girls now. I have a girlfriend now, guys. I gotta be careful who I talk to.
There's a reason why they're called ladybugs.
You're not funny, Ben.
How
do I quit this podcast? Is it already too far gone?
I hear you, kid.
I'm not giggling.
There's no going back now.
It's been an hour and 15 minutes already. Dang.
Oh, yeah, it has been.
Time moves
Time
fast.
really does go fast on talking to you.
Speed.
Holy crap.
He's rapidly pressing Alt F4 on his keyboard, just like, let me out there.
He's like an Eminem recording. Like, it just goes so fast you don't even realize what the hell's going on anymore. Or maybe
Speed
the
is
Flash of this world.
Jacksepticeye.
Yes, he does kind of look like Jacksepticeye. Oh my god. No, he does look like Jacksepticeye.
What?
No.
No, I don't.
He reminds you
Nah,
of
he
kind of
does
like
not.
young
I'm
Jacksepticeye.
not.
Kind of like the short spear then. No.
I'm looking up Jacksepticeye right now.
Jacksepticeye.
I'm gonna write young Jacksepticeye.
Okay, no, maybe not that young. No, okay, not that young.
Holy crap. Why do I have a baby
No,
picture of him?
More like this.
Exactly, that's what I said.
Don't you see it? I do like.
Nah.
There is similarities, and the beard, the beard. There is similarity.
The beard is kind of similar, but not him in general.
No. How can you not see it?
I think it's just the beard.
This podcast has been going on for so long that Molegul actually lost his mind while recording this. And now he's screaming about how me and Jacksepticeye are the same. Guys, I'm not going crazy, I swear, they're the same person!
Do you believe me? But I've been asking you questions. But in DMs before this, you told me that you had some talking points. Do you have something you really want to talk about? Like, really want to get out there?
You actually covered everything I wanted to talk about.
See, this is why I'm the host. That's why.
Such a good host, such a good host.
I am. I'm definitely the best. I would say was Remy an award. Can we get something?
You're gonna get a shout out when you post the podcast. How's that?
Yeah, it's gonna be 7 hours editing, going to bed at 4 a.m.
That's the fun part. Well, in respects to Molegul and making sure this wouldn't be too long, I think this would be a great point to conclude on. To find a
We shall not conclude,
No?
because there's still something to be done.
What's the final?
Now, as in the previous podcast, I will now ask you fan questions.
Oh dear God. I could ping the Discord right now, my Discord, and ask if they have any questions for the podcast.
Like, I put it in the tweet to post the questions and replies, but no, some people still did.
DM.
Now, my J, my closest editor, my babe, asks how to look as manly as Aedificate.
It's all about the mindset, I guess. It's once you get confident in who you are, no one can tell you or look at you different than how you see yourself. The mindset is important. I see my.
So you're telling me that with sheer confidence, you're big.
That's not what I said. I'm saying that with the right mindset, you can put what you want to be in your head, and then you can work towards that. So that's how I got the beard.
So basically, how to look as manly as Aedificate. Very simple. 3-step process. 1. Be confident. 2. Use that confidence to grow yourself a beard. 3. And have a mindset of you being really cool and awesome looking, and will become reality.
It's an interesting way of saying it, but you're not wrong that your mindset and the way you think of yourself and the way that you prop yourself up is the way people are going to see you. If you're gonna prop yourself, like, it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's just the energy you. I find that when people say energy, I always cringe because I think about like those VS Code girls, Facebook moms that spend all their time talking about how rocks can heal you. What I'm trying to explain is the energy that you give off. You give off energy. If you walk into a room after I just played soccer, the energy I'm going to give off is excitement. I just did something really cool and fun. Just like going to an attraction park, the energy you feel around other people is the excitement and amusement. The energy you want to give off is the energy that, okay, like what? For example, I want to give off a fun energy. That's what I want to do. So in my mind, I'm having fun right now. And you can tell by the way.
Wait, are you telling me that you're faking having fun on my podcast? You son of... Get out! Don't
I'm using...
somewhere.
Shit.
We paid you to have fun.
We paid you an exact amount of £0. Damn it!
Gave you 1 yen, like you asked.
I'm sorry. The guy I talk with who knows the stuff a lot better than I do, and he just the energy that you give off is one of the most useful ways to, like, you know, give off how you are. So I try to give off a more positive / fun energy by just having fun with everything I do. Everything I do, I try to do with having fun. Of course, I'm a human. I'm not perfect. I won't always be having fun. That being said, if you put a bit more effort into, you know, giving off what you want to be, you're probably gonna improve. Yeah, you're probably gonna improve. That's how I look so manly.
As somebody who studies psychology, I can
It's a bit close to Freudian psychology, I'd say.
True, to an extent.
That being said, I don't think it goes too close. It's like in the middle between regular and Freudian, so you gotta be careful. You don't want to go into the Freudian stuff. Freudian psychology is just a whole other level.
Yeah, there's a can of worms that
We don't go into
should
Freudian.
be discussed in a different video. We do not touch that
man
in this podcast.
Alright, next question.
So, our submate asks are relatively important questions. Now, Dylan, what is life?
Life is a blank canvas that every action you do paints a single line on it. That being said, you cannot just ignore your past. But what you can do is paint over it. Not cover it, paint over it. Make something out of it. If you drew a black line, which you would consider something bad, use that black line as a foundation to draw a mug or draw a plate. I believe that life is a canvas. Everything you do is like a line on that canvas. But just because you have a couple bad lines doesn't mean you can't make it into a good painting.
I feel this guy is...
Well, welcome to Philosophy 101.
I feel this guy's just a living Tumblr quote.
I swear to God, I saw that question yesterday.
The quote he sees.
No, I saw that question yesterday and I spent an entire shower just thinking about that question, trying to come up with a decent answer.
Giving yourself an existential crisis.
I was having an existential question.
I've always had this kind of thought that life is kind of like a book, but that might be because I like writing and reading, but I see life as a book. Like, the beginning of the book is you being born. So every single chapter, every single page of your life, you write them. You make them what you want them to be. You're the writer of this book, the writer of your own story. So you are the person who decides how the story starts, how the story ends, what the chapters are, and how they are. Life has everything: drama, intrigue, love, death, sadness, everything. It's kind of like it has everything a novel needs.
There was this thing that I saw quite a while ago, and it's just stuck with me ever since. And it was like a post saying, like, when you die, you see like a credits page with like a scoreboard and how much things, like, let's say like how many times you fucked up 10 times. Like, I would love for that to be true. I would love to see my life statistic.
Your life statistic.
Yeah, that is further proof that life is in fact a video.
I think it was a comic. I don't exactly remember. I'm pretty sure.
Right, I do want to read the comic now.
What is the next deep question? I am so deep right now. I could go like another 2. I could go another 2 inch though.
The next question. It's not really a question. It's more of an insult, really. So we have already established that you have a fantastic beard, but then Coldism dares to say that your beard is the second best.
Have you?
What is your comment?
Have you heard Coldism's voice before?
Oh crap!
I'm not done. If you've heard it before, that man does not have a beard. Does not sound like a man with a beard. He sounds like I'd say he sounds like a 16-year-old, high on helium, trying to sound manly. So, does he have a beard? I don't know.
It's just like a kid making his voice deep.
He's using a voice. Coldism, I love you. I'm so sorry for saying this, but I had to. You called me out for my beard.
Well, that's one person who's going to unfollow me today.
That's an L. That's an L there. That's one more person unfriending me on Roblox.
And maybe you should replace them with me. Wink, wink. I'm joking.
Oh God.
What do you mean, oh God?
Oh, it's so hot in my room right now.
Trust me, I'm the greatest guy.
Okay, another question is from me this time. This was asked in the prior podcast, and I think it's a good question. So, where do you see yourself in 20 years?
I generally see myself as a content creator in 40 years. I don't know if I'd still be doing Roblox content in 40 years, but maybe more like in a PewDiePie kind of way, of like making a bunch of...
Okay, then we're gonna call that.
You want your podcast? Canadian PewDiePie.
He didn't give the same answer as Ed did on the past pod.
What did Ed said? What did he say? I didn't get that far into the podcast. I listened like a
He said
podcast.
dead.
I thought about making that joke, but it's like the most generic thing ever.
No, so when we asked Ed what where he sees himself being in 20 years, there was just a short pause, and then he just went, dead. This is like, it was such perfect timing.
It's sad that you actually had to think about that.
That's an L.
I'm just glad you didn't say the same thing.
No, I see I'm still gonna be alive in 20 years. Why would I die in 20 years? That's kind of...
I feel like you're going to be immortal. You have such a personality. Like, you have the personality of a content creator. You genuinely have that personality. Like, that's someone that I would watch.
Like you were made.
I feel like you should spread out the content you do and not just limit yourself to Roblox. You know, just spread your wings, experiment, try new things. Because I genuinely feel like you have what it takes to be like legitimate content creator that does all kinds of stuff. Like, if there was a golden boss, I would press it right now.
You're making me blush. You gotta stop there, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, he just walks in on the stage, just instant golden buzzer, just hits that.
Like I said, guys, it's all about the energy. You walk on there with some good energy.
It's like you're just ripping that fat energy. Like, you don't even need to sing. Like, Justin Bieber 2010 voice, and they'll still be all over you. Like,
He freaking walks on the stage with like an anime aura around him, like, and everyone's like just shocked, like, "Nani?"
and yeah, you just have the contestant again, which is just like has the voice range of a glass pane breaking.
Okay. No, we have to preface this that we're not sponsored. We're not sponsored by him.
Just you saying that makes them 90% more suspicious that this was sponsored by me.
They don't suspect anything. Don't worry.
They do not. They will never.
No.
Okay, so now the last question we have is, would you ever shave your head?
I know what that question is. I know what this relates to. Alright, cool. Alright, everyone listen up, okay? I saw Matt Pat shave his head, and when his hair started growing up, it was like that thin buzz cut with his beard. He looked like a fucking man there, like that. I looked at him, I'm like, I'd let that guy peck me. That's how manly he was. So, part of me, when I saw that, I genuinely considered giving myself a buzz cut to see how it feels. But I have a super big head, and it's super round. So I have no idea. So what I'm probably gonna do is put up a dumb donation goal for charity, and it's gonna succeed, and now I'll have to shave my head. And when that happens, we'll see. We'll see what I look with a bald head. Because I'd be willing to. I'm not even joking. I'd be willing to shave my head for charity or something like that. Because I'm the kind of... Sorry, go ahead.
You've got that spirit.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I like exploring stuff. I like trying new things to an extent. Not with food. I stay very consistent with my foods.
Blue condom instead of the red one.
Yes, I do like that. I don't use condom. Anyways.
Oh.
That being said.
Yeah, let's...
That being said, alright. Yes, I would totally be down to do that for charity, because my hair's gonna grow out in like a few months, so it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So I'd totally be down to do it for a charity event one day, if we pass our goal. $10,000.
And how much would that goal be?
$10,000.
Oh.
I just said.
Can we got back to the moment that Ben said when Ben said that his memory was perfect, and he couldn't even remember something that was just said 5 seconds ago.
My memory is only good when it's like cringy that when I was younger. Do you want me to tell another cringy story before we...
Okay, no, I don't think anyone asked for this. I think you're fine. No need. No thanks.
I want to say...
More podcasts.
Save it for more podcasts, because like, the advantage I have is I can give every good story, and then I'll be fine, because I'm not in the next podcast. You guys, as the host, you need to save your stories. So you tell 1 or 2 per podcast. But if you tell more than 2, you're going to run out pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I need to save.
You got to save your good stories. Because I'm listening to the podcast, so I expect to hear some more cringy stories from you.
Yeah, you will do. Because the one I said about saying maybe that wasn't the stupidest thing I did in my whole life.
Now you're just hyping up the sequel.
No, now we have a cliffhanger, so...
We have a cliffhanger.
Do you want to end on the...
We should... No?
Slightly lie. Because I forgot a question. Now, tell me,
Alright?
who's your favorite waifu?
A waifu. Ray, I love you, babe. I wouldn't choose anyone but you. There, is that a good answer?
That's a good answer. That's...
Yeah, good enough.
I hope that Ray doesn't watch this episode. That's not her real name too, but she doesn't want me to say her real name, so I have to call her Ray.
That is fantastic. And I think we can now start to end this. In this case, I'm not thinking of Ben's blog, because Ben does nothing.
What?
Oh, you Aedificate. Do you have anything upcoming that you really want to promote or plug? Your Twitch, an upcoming event, something, anything?
I want to hype up this channel because I know that starting out is really hard, and I'm still starting out too. So if you're watching, you don't need to subscribe to me. You don't need to subscribe to Harris Heller, Jack Rees, or everyone else I shouted out. Subscribe to this one because they're working hard. They worked their asses off to get this started, and they've been extremely patient, both of my time and everything else. So kudos to you guys for doing this. So I want to plug you guys. Thank you for doing this for me. I really appreciate you guys having me on.
We were meant to make you blush.
Now, this is my podcast series. Then I have a game review series. Then I have an audio drama. Then I have a commentary kind of series.
It's a lot of series.
No, I call them series, but generally I just do things. Sometimes I feel like doing something and then I just do it. I feel like I could say that I'm kind of like a PewDiePie personality where I just do things, just doing different things. If I did the same thing over and over and over again, it would literally drive me insane. So I do everything: game reviews, talk about mythology, whatever I feel like. And when hopefully one of the videos becomes successful. Like how I treat my videos is that I think that this video is going to be it. This one video is this video I'm working on is going to be the one. So I try to make all of them. Every video I do somehow different. I try to evolve them. I try to change things. I try new things because my mindset has always been that this is the video. This might be that one video.
That is an extremely good mindset and a great way to finish off for people who want to become content creators. Treat every video like if it's gonna be the one that blows up. Molegul, hats off to you. I don't have a hat. Hats off to you. Hats off to you for that one. I'm actually gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that quote from you, Molegul. I want you
on his Tumblr motivation page.
I don't have a Tumblr. I've never been on that. I've actually never been on Tumblr.
Just
I
put
don't
it
know
in
what it
like
looks like.
Times New Roman with like a forest background. Just do whatever the hell we just.
I don't even know what Tumblr is, and I still think that sounds like a Tumblr thing. Alright.
But now, before this drags on for any longer, because I feel like we could go on for much longer, I would like to probably start ending this off. Does anyone have anything to say before we end this off?
Because Mo won't plug me, follow me at DVOB. Mo says I don't do shit. I'm working on a shoelace an hour.
I still say it's a
Why
scrappy,
isn't
isn't
his
it?
name like Ben 10 or something? That's something I would follow.
I know.
Like, bro, you followed me and I couldn't remember your username 5 minutes later. And I have a...
I couldn't remember it either.
Wait, let me see where you followed me. There you are. I still haven't followed you back. There, I'm gonna follow you back. A for effort. A for effort.
You're my 20th follower.
Congratulations, Ben!
Well, I mean, that's not a bad... That's neither a good or a bad number. It's all relative.
We're hitting the big league.
I'll just be...
I don't care if you're on 2K and I'm on only 100.
2K.
Yeah.
I don't even care if I get a new follower every single month. I'm hitting the big numbers.
Hey, you're in the double digits now. And once you're there, you've made it.
It's like, yeah, I'm in the double digit.
You'll get there, Ben. I'm 100% sure.
And I started off with nothing.
You know, I'm kind of I had an incognito tab open on my phone. I don't know why. Oh, because I was looking up Jacksepticeye, and I didn't want that in my recents.
Is Jacksepticeye that bad you don't want him on your searches?
No, I just, like... Okay, like, can I say something a bit embarrassing?
Yeah.
I'm so used to going on incognito tab on my Google that I just... Like, when I open new tab, my thumb automatically goes to incognito, so... I just stopped trying to go to new tab and just keep doing incognito instead.
From that, but yeah, let's just relate to that. I don't think I don't want to delve in further.
We should end it here, Don. To be honest, I think we've gone too far.
Okay, I think we're actually going to end it.
This is going to turn into something very awkward if we.
Thank you for coming on as a guest, Dylan. It was wonderful to have you. It was brilliant. You were an amazing guest.
Yeah, you were really fun to talk to.
I want to have you as a co-host. I'm gonna abduct you now. Your personality is brilliant for this kind of stuff. Now, if you want more of Aedificate, give this video like 500 likes. Let's
500 likes and I'll come back.
If you want to see more of Aedificate, you could probably just check out his channel. But yeah, 500 likes.
No. Give
him likes.
Jokes aside, thank you. Honestly, thank you. It has been a blast. I think we loved having you. It was a blast. We had a good time. I hope.
Yeah, you were really wild and fun to talk to.
I like the wild. I think it's very mutual too. I had a great time being on here. I was really hyped up for today. I had everything in my mind and I was super excited. And you guys just made it 10 times better than I expected. So I want to say thank you.
I meant the 2 times, including today I start a podcast, that my number one fear is just like it being silent and just being like
complete Noah.
Like,
hey, you said that. You said that.
Mo said it.
Oh, you're right. Mo said that. No, yeah, you're right. Yo, Mo said that. I'm sorry.
And you're saying I have a bad memory? Jesus.
I am, baby.
For real this time. Thank you for watching this podcast.
Subscribe and leave a like.
There will be links and stuff in the description, most likely. And then at the end, the previous episode of the podcast, and so on and so forth. And thank you, everyone, and goodbye, everyone.
Use
Have an amazing rest of your day, guys.
Bye. See you all later.
See ya.
Yeah, yeet.